friends! Today I come to you with my final predictions for Demon Slayer Infinity Castle before I see it tonight. Yes, September 9th, I got the tickets that were for the early showing, so I am just through the roof excited. If you've been following along for the past month on my TikTok or on my YouTube channel for my shorts, you'll have noticed that I have done a countdown series for Demon Slayer leading up for this special day. Every day for the past month, I have talked about something that I am either looking forward to seeing, not looking forward to seeing, or some kind of theory or speculation I have for the movie. I cut this series a couple days short just because I'm seeing the movie a couple days earlier, so it wouldn't make sense for those last 3 or 4 days to have a countdown for me, because by then I would have already seen it. But I thought it would be fun to put all of those videos that I've made in short form into one longer video on my YouTube channel to just bring everything together for this movie. Like I said, this is going to cover all of my last minute thoughts for Infinity Castle before seeing it tonight. My plan for after watching the movie is to come back to this video, rewatch all of my things that I've said over the past month, and then kind of discuss one by one per video topic, if that makes sense. So without further ado, let's jump into these videos, and by the end of the video, I will be on my way to seeing Infinity Castle in theaters. Again, I hope that all of you get the chance to see this incredible movie in theaters. I just know it's going to be an absolute amazing time. Hello there, my fandom friends! We are starting another countdown series on my channel for being 1 month away from Demon Slayer Infinity Castle coming out to theaters in America. Of course, this is going to be on September 12th, and today is August 12th. So we are just 1 short month away, and I'm very excited. Now, if you've been around for a while, you know that I love making countdown videos because I feel like it makes the wait just a little bit less for there being something to look forward to at least once a day, leading up to the big day, of course. So starting today, I am going to be posting 1 video until September 12th related to the Infinity Castle movie coming out. I'm going to be sharing basically 1 thought a day of something that I am looking forward to, something that I'm not looking forward to, and I might also throw in some speculation along the way as well. Each day is going to be something new and exciting related to the Infinity Castle movie. I hope you enjoy this journey and it helps you look forward to the movie even more. Also, of course, since I have read the manga, most of this is going to be involving manga spoilers, so be forewarned about that. I'll see you around! We are 1 month away from Demon Slayer Infinity Castle coming out on September 12th in America. So today is day 1 of me talking about something I'm either looking forward to, not looking forward to, or theorizing about this movie. Manga spoilers ahead, I'm going to be talking about a theory that I have as well as something I'm looking forward to. So something that I would love to see in this movie that didn't necessarily happen in the manga is Gyome seeing Kaigaku. From what we saw in the manga and of course in the anime is that Kaigaku was one of Gyome's kids that he helped take care of. Obviously, Kaigaku took a wrong turn and he eventually became a demon after being kind of a messed up human anyway. And obviously his decision really sat with Gyome over time because he caused that whole chaos which traumatized Gyome. In the manga, we never really go back to Gyome seeing Kaigaku or revisiting that kind of trauma, but I think that adding that into the anime would be a really cool opportunity, even if it's just for a second, to kind of reopen those old wounds that Gyome had with him. Even if he's just falling and Kaigaku's falling, obviously to go face Zenitsu, I'm just like, I think it would be really, really cool and interesting to see kind of how Gyome would react to that. And even Kaigaku, would that bring any sort of emotion or feeling to him? Probably not, but this is just a thought that I think would be really, really interesting, and it's something that me and my partner have repetitively brought up. Even if it's just a couple of seconds, I think this would be really cool to see. Join me tomorrow for some more fun leading up to the Infinity Castle. Bye! Countdown to Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. We are 29 days away from September 12th, which is when it comes out in America. Welcome back to me sharing something I'm excited about, something I'm not excited about, or something that I'm speculating or theorizing about the movie. Spoilers ahead for the manga. Today, I wanted to talk about something that I am not looking forward to, which is something very specific involving the Doma and Shinobu fight. So when I read the manga for the first time, when Doma kind of embraces her into that hug and then absorbs her into his body, I actually felt so nauseous reading that. I am not the biggest Shinobu fan. She's actually quite low on my hashira ranking list, but that obviously doesn't mean I want to see her die, especially in that way, which is just so graphic and disturbing. Is just this thought of seeing this character literally just absorb into a demon's body. That's vile. So yeah, I am not excited to see that. I'm also not a fan of Doma, but I am excited to see him. I will catch you tomorrow for some more countdown fun. Countdown to Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. It comes out in 28 days on September 12th in America. Welcome back to me sharing something that I'm either excited about, not excited about, or some kind of speculation theory that is going to happen in the movie based on the manga. Spoilers ahead for the manga, beware. If you've been around my content for a while, you know that the character Yushiro is one of my top characters in Demon Slayer. He's my second favorite character in the whole series. And so today I'm going to be talking about something I'm very excited to see. After the fight with Zenitsu and Kaigaku, we see that Zenitsu is falling, and Yushiro is the one that basically saves the day in that moment. Now, of course, he is a character that is super underrated. He has many, many incredible moments to come, but that is one that I'm very excited to see of him in this movie, is him saving such a beloved character. I feel like people don't give Yushiro as much credit as they probably should, but again, all of his really incredible moments are to come in the Infinity Castle movies. So yes, I am just so thrilled to finally get to see him in action and fighting a bit more and just everything involving him, but specifically that scene where he saves Zenitsu. I'll see you tomorrow for some more Demon Slayer countdown fun. Countdown to Demon Slayer Infinity Castle coming out in 27 days on September 12th in America. Welcome to my countdown series for this movie, where I either talk about something that I'm looking forward to, not looking forward to, or something that I'm speculating or theorizing to occur in the movie. Spoilers ahead for the manga. If you know me, you know that I am an absolute super fan of Akaza. I'm looking forward to literally every little bit of Akaza that we are going to get in this movie. However, there is one thing in particular that I'm almost extra excited for, and this is gonna sound really odd, but I'm excited to see Akaza, for lack of better words, end himself. It is absolutely profound, the decision that Akaza made to end himself as a demon. Yes, we see that Tanjiro beheads him, however, Akaza just kept regenerating. He could have been doing that for however long he wanted and defeated Tanjiro and Giyu within moments. But he didn't, because of his love for Kuyuki. And their love and everything between them meant so much more to Akaza than what was going on between him and Muzan, with Muzan telling him, no, you need to keep fighting, you need to keep going, you are under my control. Akaza literally said, no, I'm not, and he decided to end himself. I think it is so beautiful. There's so much about it. Of course, with his ability also being tied to this fighting spirit, it really proves that his fighting spirit did go out in that moment. He no longer wanted to fight because he just wanted to be by his fiance's side. I am so excited to see that animated. It is going to destroy me. Catch me tomorrow for some more countdown fun. Countdown to Demon Slayer Infinity Castle coming out in 26 days in America on September 12th. Welcome back to my countdown series, where I talk about one thing that I'm excited to see, One thing I'm not excited to see, or some kind of speculation or theory I have about the movie based on the manga. Obviously, spoilers ahead for the manga, beware. Today, I am going to be talking about the role Tamayo is going to play in this movie. First off, I don't think she is going to die yet. I think that will be in the second movie for very specific reasons involving Muzan, Yushiro, how the Infinity Castle basically crumbles in the end. But what I wanted to talk about was kind of my excitement and not excitement to see more of her backstory with her and Muzan. And let's not forget Yurichi. I am very excited to see this, and I think that that should be in this movie from what I can remember. Also, keep in mind, I read this like 2 years ago and I was like sobbing the whole time, so hopefully I'm remembering this correctly, but we should be getting more of her backstory as well as Muzan and Yurichi in this movie. It's going to be definitely a mix of emotions here because I love Tamayo with all of my heart. However, I know that she did do a lot of messed up things in the past, but what I'm really down to see is Yurichi helping save her and kind of steer her in a better direction. I think that this is something not a lot of people are really going to care about or just kind of brush over, but I know that this is going to be a moment that is really special for me, especially also because Tamayo is in my top 10 favorite characters for Demon Slayer. So with that being said, I will see you tomorrow for some more countdown fun. Where I talk about oh my gosh. Countdown to Demon Slayer Infinity Castle coming out in 25 days in America on September 12th. Welcome to my countdown series where I talk about something that I am excited to see, something I'm not excited to see, or some kind of speculation or theory I have about the movie. All of this regarding the manga, so of course, spoilers ahead. Today, I am going to be talking about a specific scene that I am not looking forward to seeing. So again, I read the manga like 2 years ago, so I don't remember exact details, but what I do remember is there's this scene, and I'm pretty sure it's when Tanjiro is facing Akaza, and he gets this flashback of watching his dad fight a bear or something. And I just remember it being incredibly sad because he watches his dad literally behead this bear and like its head just falls off. And I'm like, I'm not here for that. Like, I understand the whole reason behind it all and everything, but I am an animal person, literally work with animals. My job is animals, my school is animals. Everything about me is literally my love and my passion for animals. So seeing something like that is just gonna be highly disturbing to see, especially in this animation. So yeah, that is something I am not looking forward to seeing. Join me tomorrow for some more countdown fun. Countdown to Demon Slayer coming out in 24 days on September 12th in America. Welcome back to my countdown series where I talk about something that I am excited for, not excited for, or some kind of theory or speculation that I have for this new movie. Obviously, spoiler warning ahead for the manga. All right, today I'm talking about something that I am excited for, and that is the return of the best character in Demon Slayer, the most iconic, the most just everything. He checks off the box for everything. I am talking about none other than Murata. Yes, the Slayer that was introduced in the Spider arc and continues to pop up randomly. He is coming back for the Infinity Castle. We saw him fall, and he will be playing a large part in this next arc. There's not really a specific scene of him that I'm like super looking forward to. I just am excited to see him on screen again and for people to just fall in love with him all over again. He's just such an iconic character, and we just love Murata here. Really excited to see him also gang up with Yushiro and everything that they accomplished together. Their bickering, their kind of funny moments, everything involving that. So yes, Murata for the win. We stand Murata in this house. Murata, I am ready to see him again. Come back tomorrow for some more countdown fun. Countdown to Demon Slayer coming out in 23 days on September 12th in America. Welcome back to where I talk about something that I am excited about, not excited about, or some kind of theory or speculation I have about the movie based on the manga. Manga spoilers ahead. But today I'm gonna talk about something that I am excited to see / also kind of speculation, and that is all revolving around Nezuko. Of course, in the manga, we don't get a ton of her, which I think is kind of concerning because she is one of our main characters, especially in the whole storyline of these last couple arcs and things that we have now learned about her and her demon abilities. We are growing. However, in this arc in the manga, she's not really seen a lot, and she's just kind of, from what I remember, being protected by Urikidaki and Tengen and Shinjiro, and it's kind of like, where is she? Like, what's the point of this? And I kind of feel like the audience might lose a bit of sight because we're so focused on, of course, Tanjiro and all the Hashira and Zenitsu, Inosuke, Genya, Kanao, fighting all these demons, and it's like, well, where's Nezuko? And so I'm really hoping that in the movie we're gonna get to see a little bit more of her. I think that we will. I don't know exactly in what capacity, but I'm really hoping we're gonna get to see a little bit more of her and the people that are protecting her. The whole point of this story is Tanjiro trying to turn her back into a human. And so if she's just not present, I feel like that's not exactly like great storytelling. So I'm really hoping the movie will fill in some gaps here. I'll see you tomorrow for some more countdown fun. Countdown to Demon Slayer coming out in 22 days on September 12th in America. Welcome back to my countdown series where I talk about something that I am excited to see, not excited to see, or some kind of speculation or theory I have about the movie. Manga spoilers ahead. Today, I'm going to be talking about something that I am excited to see, and that is Inosuke's backstory and kind of how it ties into Doma's, which at least when I read that, I was super not expecting that at all. I know a lot of people theorize that Doma is Inosuke's dad. I don't believe those kind of theories or headcanons, but I'm wondering if the movie will delve deeper into maybe some kind of information surrounding that, or if we're gonna get more that's not in the manga. Basically, I'm just excited to see Inosuke and his mom and just bring on all of the emotions that are his backstory, because it's crazy that such a huge character, yet there's still so much to learn about him, and that will all be revealed in this movie, which I'm just super excited to see. Join me tomorrow for some more countdown fun. Countdown to Demon Slayer, we are 21 days away from Infinity Castle coming out on September 12th in America. Welcome back to my countdown series where I talk about something that I am excited to see, not excited to see, or some kind of speculation or theory that I have about the movie. Obviously, spoiler warning ahead for the manga. Today is something I've been looking forward to talking about, and that is a theory on when I think the movie will end. I personally think we are going to get through 3 fights. It's going to be Doma up until his end, Akaza up until his end, and of course Kaigaku up until his end. After we get the end of Akaza and Doma in the manga, we jump to Mitsuri and Obanai fighting Nakime, and then very soon after our Kokushibo fight. I'm wondering if we are going to end on Muichiro and Gyome and some of those other characters there facing Kokushibo. Not exactly starting that fight yet, of course, but just ending with that cliffhanger, that doom of fighting literally upper 1. I think that that would be a really fun spot to end, because then obviously it's leaving off on a cliffhanger that people are going to be looking forward to seeing that fight in the next movie. That's of course where Nakime's battle is going to be, in my opinion, as well. I think something around there is probably where we will start up for the second movie. So I think that concluding on kind of seeing Kokushibo and that daunting energy would be really fun. Also, let me know in the comments, where do you think the movie will end? Because I'm also curious to hear from all of you. Join me tomorrow for some more countdown fun. Countdown to Demon Slayer, we are 20 days away from Infinity Castle coming out on September 12th in America. Welcome back to my countdown series where I talk about something that I am looking forward to seeing, not looking forward to seeing, or some kind of theory or speculation I have about the movie. Obviously, spoiler warning ahead for the manga. So I'm guessing a lot of people that have read the manga are excited for this moment, and that is Giyu being shirtless. That's literally all I have to say for today's countdown moment that I am excited to see in the movie. However, there is a chance that that scene might not be in this movie, that might be held out for the next movie, depending on where they decide to end this one. Because that scene happens after Tanjiro and Giyu are kind of waking up after fighting Akaza, and Giyu has his shirt off. So I could see that being kind of like a recovery scene in like movie 2. So I don't know for sure if we're gonna see this. There's a part of me that thinks that we won't. However, I know everyone's gonna be looking forward to it. So I'm gonna say it now, even if we get this in like a year or 2 from now during the next movie. Join me tomorrow for some more countdown fun. Countdown to Demon Slayer, we are 19 days away from Infinity Castle coming out on September 12th in America. Welcome back to my countdown series where I talk about something that I am looking forward to seeing, not looking forward to seeing, or some kind of speculation or theory that I have about the movie. Spoiler warning ahead for the manga, beware. Something that I have been thinking about for literally years, this is something that I am super excited to see, is the theme song that's going to be playing during Akaza's fight with Tanjiro and Giyu. Akaza's theme song was probably the theme song that stood out to me the most when I first watched Demon Slayer. It still is my favorite theme song. It's literally the notification sound on my phone, my ringtone when people call me. I literally am just obsessed with that song. It's just so good. Combined with the thought of adding in Giyu's and whatever version they decide to do for Tanjiro, I'm assuming that's going to be his Hinokami Kagura, but whatever combination of songs they do for those 3 characters during that fight, I know is going to be absolute fire. Rengoku's theme and Akaza's theme, absolute fire. Or should I say flame? But yeah, this is something I've been looking forward to for literally years. And so I am just so excited because I love Akaza's theme so much. And of course, pairing that with anybody else's is going to be an absolute banger. Join me tomorrow for some more countdown fun. Countdown to Demon Slayer, we are 18 days away from Infinity Castle coming out on September 12th in America. Welcome back to my countdown series where I talk about something that I'm excited to see, not excited to see, or some kind of speculation or theory I have about the movie. Manga spoilers ahead. Today, I am going to be talking about something that I am not looking forward to seeing, a very emotional scene involving Zenitsu, and more specifically, Jigoro. Obviously, right before we have our fight with Zenitsu and Kaigaku, we kind of hear what happens to Jigoro and where he ended up and how he ended himself. I'm not looking forward to hearing about that, seeing kind of the flashes to those moments, and then of course Zenitsu's reaction to that. Not only that Jigoro decided to make that decision, but also going out knowing that one of his students ended up being a demon. And it's also just really sad because he didn't know where Zenitsu was at that time and how much that he had grown at that point. And so yeah, I'm just really not looking forward to seeing all of that. However, I am excited obviously to see Zenitsu take Kaigaku out and make him realize that he was wrong in the end. Join me tomorrow for some more countdown fun. Countdown to Demon Slayer, we are 17 days away from Infinity Castle coming out on September 12th in America. Welcome back to my countdown series where I talk about something that I'm excited to see, not excited to see, or some kind of theory or speculation I have about the movie. Manga spoilers ahead. Today I'm going to be talking about something that I'm very excited to see, and that is kind of our last interaction of Tamayo and Yushiro as a flashback. There's a specific scene when we see Yushiro feeling very sad about parting with Tamayo, and don't even get me started about her death because I am not going to be okay when that happens and Yushiro is literally left with nothing but basically Chachamaru. I'm going to be a wreck when I see that. But I want to focus on the positive today and that little interaction they have, because I think that will probably be the last thing that we get to see of them together. The animation better keep that little part in, and honestly I hope they add more to it because I just love them so much and they deserve all of the screen time they can get. In Swordsman Village, there actually was an added scene of them, so that made me really happy. I hope they do that scene justice, and I know that they will because I'm in love with them so much. Join me tomorrow for some more countdown fun. Countdown to Demon Slayer, we are 16 days away from Infinity Castle coming out in America on September 12th. Welcome to my countdown series where I talk about something that I am excited to see, not excited to see, and some kind of theory or speculation I have about the movie. Spoilers ahead for the manga. Today, I am going to be talking about kind of a theory slash speculation involving the fight with Zenitsu and Kaigaku. So of course in the manga, we actually see a big portion of the Doma fight with Shinobu before we even get to that fight. Shinobu literally gets absorbed before Zenitsu even encounters Kaigaku. I'm wondering if the pacing of the movie is gonna be a bit different where we jump back and forth, or if they really will follow through with that Doma fight with Shinobu first and then carry on to that fight with Zenitsu and Kaigaku. I also think that that fight, as much as people want to see it expanded upon in the movie, I do think it's going to be very fast, just like it was in the manga, because that's kind of the point of it, that Zenitsu beats Kaigaku super quick. It's kind of like the fight with Muichiro and Gyoko. There's just not really much competition there, and that's the point. That's what makes it so special. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. How do you think this pacing is gonna go based on the manga to the movie? Join me tomorrow for some more countdown fun. Countdown to Demon Slayer, we are 15 days away from Infinity Castle coming out on September 12th in America. Welcome to my countdown series where I talk about something that I am looking forward to seeing, not looking forward to seeing, or some kind of theory or speculation I have about the movie. Manga spoilers ahead. If you know me, you know I'm a fan of the demons. Something that I'm really interested in seeing is initially the first couple minutes of the movie, which is probably going to cover Tanjiro and all of the other slayers falling into the castle and fighting all of these like super deformed demons. I feel like up until this point, we've really focused on demons that are very humanoid. That's kind of been the point. There's been a few here and there that have looked kind of like different and not as humanoid, but when we get to the Infinity Castle, there's just like globby looking demons like everywhere. And I'm really interested to seeing how that's gonna be animated and look so different than what we've seen so far. Because it's literally just gonna be mass hordes of them like tackling the slayers. So I want to say that's something that I'm looking forward to seeing, all of the different like colors and designs and just all the action involved there. Join me tomorrow for some more countdown fun. Countdown to Demon Slayer, we are 14 days away from Infinity Castle coming out in America on September 12th. Welcome back to my countdown series where I talk about something that I'm excited to see, not excited to see, or some kind of theory or speculation I have about the movie. Obviously, spoilers ahead for the manga. Today, we are going to be talking about something that I am not looking forward to, and that has everything to do with Doma, yet again. In the manga, when we're introduced to Doma, he's literally just sitting there like eating people, and there's just like dead people all around him. It's a very gory looking sight. I feel like the anime is going to expand on that, especially with Shinobu there and her emotions from seeing that. There's also a really like depressing and disturbing scene of her trying to save these people and being happy that she did, and then Doma just taking them out so effortlessly. And I know it's gonna be super disgusting, super gross and disturbing. I feel like that's just the kind of character he is. And yes, you could argue that for like a lot of demons, but him in particular, I feel like with his ability and the way he like absorbs people and his whole mindset, which is just super demented, This, of course, is when we're gonna also see Shinobu have her flashback of her sister. And yeah, I'm just really not looking forward to this scene because I feel like it's going to make me nauseous. I know when I read it in the manga, it did, so I can only imagine what it's gonna be like animated. Join me tomorrow for some more countdown fun. Countdown to Demon Slayer, we are 13 days away from Infinity Castle coming out on September 12th in America. Welcome back to my countdown series where I talk about something that I'm excited to see, not excited to see, or some kind of speculation or theory I have about the movie. Spoilers ahead for the manga. If you know me, you know that I am a super fan of Muichiro. Something that I'm really interested to see is right off the bat when Muichiro and also Sanemi enter the Infinity Castle, there's these scenes of them actually tearing up and kind of crying. Out of all the hashira, I feel like those two are probably the most likely to not see that happen. Probably also for Obanai, but seeing those emotions from those characters I think is going to be really interesting, especially in the animation. For Muichiro especially, because he's finally kind of coming to terms with himself now after the Swordsmith Village arc. We're getting to see a lot more emotion and personality out of him. So it's kind of like he's been reborn. And so I think for him to have that kind of emotion, it's really special. Of course, in that moment also is because he's having these flashbacks to Kagaya and kind of like parents and things like that. For Sanemi, it's very different. I think that's also an interesting place to put him, because he's just so hardcore. But yeah, it's something small, but I'm just interested to see their emotions from these two hashira that we don't really get to see that a lot of. Join me tomorrow for some more countdown fun. Countdown to Demon Slayer, we are 12 days away from Infinity Castle coming out in America on September 12th. Welcome back to my countdown series where I talk about something that I'm excited to see, not excited to see, or some kind of theory or speculation I have about the movie. Spoilers ahead for the manga. Today's gonna be more of a theory speculation talk, and that is involving Akaza. Now, if I'm remembering correctly from when I read the manga like 2 years ago, we don't get to Akaza and his fight with Giyu and Tanjiro until after Shinobu is absorbed and after Zenitsu and Kaigaku's fight. That's kind of a while, and I'm wondering if we're not even gonna get to Akaza until like halfway through the movie. I'm sure they're going to add in even more scenes that are not in the manga to fully flesh everything out, to see where the other hashira are and other characters. So there's also that to take into account. The pacing of the manga adapted into the animation. And if the movie's like a little over 2-ish hours, that makes me think that maybe Doma's thing in the beginning with Shinobu, as well as Kaigaku's fight with Zenitsu, is gonna be the first hour-ish, along with a lot of other things that are probably thrown in. Akaza will be introduced, and then we'll get like all of his stuff. I would assume they're also going to probably toggle back and forth between his and then Doma's fight with Kanao and Inosuke, but I'm not really sure. It's just kind of fun to speculate how this is going to go. Let me know in the comments how you think this is going to go, especially with Akaza and when he's gonna appear in the movie, and if they're gonna change that from the manga at all. Join me tomorrow for some more countdown fun. Countdown to Demon Slayer, we are 11 days away from Infinity Castle coming out in America on September 12th. Welcome back to my countdown series where I talk about something that I'm excited to see, not excited to see, or some kind of theory or speculation I have about the movie. Today's gonna be a little bit different. I'm not gonna talk about manga spoilers, so we are safe for today. I just wanted to say that I am, again, just so excited to see Lisa and Eme return for being artists for 2 of the songs. I believe the songs in full have been announced and they're online. I know I've seen the lyrics somewhere. Obviously, they've been in trailers, portions of their songs. However, I have not listened to them completely yet because I want to experience that for the first time while watching the movie. Yeah, I just wanted to give an absolute shout out to them because they are just so amazing, and to see them return for Demon Slayer especially is just so cool because Lisa really started it with that first song just completely blowing everything else out of the water. It's such an iconic song, and then of course Eme coming for Entertainment District, and that I know is one of people's favorite songs from Demon Slayer as well. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to her because I actually got to see her perform live at one of the Demon Slayer red carpet premieres a few years ago, and I have her autograph, so I'm just so excited to see her return. So yeah, just absolute shout out to both of these women. I will see you tomorrow for some more countdown fun. Countdown to Demon Slayer, we are 10 days away from Infinity Castle coming out in America on September 12th. Welcome back to my countdown series where I talk about something that I am looking forward to seeing, not looking forward to seeing, or some kind of speculation or theory I have about the movie. Manga spoilers ahead. Demon Slayer is notorious for adding things that are not in the manga or expanding on things that are in the manga that we don't really get much context for. And so today I'm gonna be talking about something I'm looking forward to seeing / kind of a theory. Now, I don't know if this is exactly going to be in this movie because I could see it being potentially in the next one, but there's this kind of little tiny sketch that happens in between chapters in one of the books involving Tamayo, Yushiro, and Shinobu. Basically, it's Yushiro and Shinobu kind of having this face-off of like really not liking each other because of course Shinobu doesn't want to work with a demon and she's kind of being forced to work with Tamayo, and Yushiro can kind of sense that, and so they're at odds with each other. I feel like in this movie it would make more sense just because we are getting Shinobu versus Doma, and the whole reason why the Slayers made it this far is because of the use of Shinobu and Tamayo working together with their science skills, and so I feel like it would be a fun little flashback if we got that interaction animated and maybe a little bit expanded on. But I guess only time can tell. We will see if it's in this movie or in the next one or just not at all. But I'm looking forward to that if they decide to add that in. Join me tomorrow for some more countdown fun. Countdown to Demon Slayer, we are 9 days away from Infinity Castle coming out on September 12th in America. Welcome back to my countdown series where I talk about something that I am looking forward to seeing, not looking forward to seeing, or some kind of speculation or theory I have about the movie. Manga spoilers ahead. Today, I'm gonna talk about some kind of speculation / something I'm looking forward to seeing. I don't really know how to categorize it, but I want to talk about Mitsuri and Obanai and the role that they are going to play in this movie. So from what I remember reading in the manga like 2-3 years ago, is that they fight some demons and then they head straight to Nakime and that whole battle between them. However, I don't think we're gonna see any of that until the next movie. There's a chance that we could see them like approach Nakime so that it leads up till the next movie, like, oh, there's gonna be a big fight between them. But I don't really think we're gonna get to see anything juicy happen there. The issue is that obviously people are going to want to see these two in this movie, but there's not really a lot of context in the manga that hardcore proves that they're gonna be in it a ton. Like, we're gonna get to see them fight some demons and that's about it, unless they expand on them, which obviously I hope they do. I hope we get to see more of them. I hope we get to see more of Gyome, Muichiro, and Sanemi, characters that aren't exactly in the Doma and Akaza fights, but we will just have to see. Join me tomorrow for some more countdown fun. Countdown to Demon Slayer, we are 8 days away from Infinity Castle coming out on September 12th in America. Welcome back to my countdown series where I talk about something that I am looking forward to seeing, not looking forward to seeing, or some kind of speculation or theory I have about the movie. Manga spoilers ahead. Today, I'm gonna be talking about some speculation I have for the movie, and that is revolving around Muzan. I'm very curious to see how Muzan is gonna be in this movie because from what I remember in the manga, And of course, where we left off in the anime, he is seen with Tamayo. They're kind of linked together. And of course, everything that happens there a little bit later on is very graphic and sad with Tamayo, which I'm not looking forward to seeing. However, I don't think we're gonna see her die in this movie. That's going to be the next movie, for sure. So I'm like, what are we even gonna see of Muzan in this movie? Because it's probably gonna be scenes of like them together, him and Tamayo, maybe some kind of like flashback or something, but like they can't really show a ton because he's gonna end her soon, and they're not gonna show that in this movie. I'm like guaranteed they're not showing that. So it's like, what else are they gonna show? So I'm really interested to see if they put in some more scenes, or if they're just not gonna show Muzan a bunch in this movie, and if they're gonna just leave that for movies 2 and 3, which I think also totally makes sense. It's just, we left off heavily with Muzan. So there's just gonna be kind of like a weird pacing, I think, going on. But again, I trust them with what they're doing. I know it's gonna be absolutely amazing. Join me tomorrow for some more countdown fun. Countdown to Demon Slayer. We are 7 days away from Infinity Castle coming out on September 12th in America. 1 week away, people. Welcome back to my countdown series where I talk about something that I'm looking forward to seeing, not looking forward to seeing, or some kind of speculation or theory that I have about the movie. Manga spoilers ahead. Now, as I've said in past videos, I read the manga like 2, I think maybe actually 3 years ago. And so I don't remember exactly the way things go, down to like particular details. However, there's this one scene that I remember in the case of Doma's fight. This scene in particular of Doma, I believe, is when he's facing off Shinobu, and he mentions Mount Natagumo, because he starts referencing the poison that was used on that mountain, which I always thought was interesting that he knew about those spiders. Like, it seems like he wouldn't really care. Then again, Rui was a lower moon, so I don't know, the dynamics there are interesting to think about. There's a specific reference to the spider arc in kind of Doma's fight regarding the poison in some way. And I'm just excited to see how they adapt that in the animation, because if you know me, you know that I am Rui's #1 fan. He is my favorite character in Demon Slayer. And so any scene that brings him back, even just for a second, is cool with me. So I don't even know if it's gonna be Rui or just the spider family or what it's gonna be, but I would love to see any mention of the spider arc in this movie.